excited to announce today that today is the first episode of NCM Hub's new monthly show called Wholesome Harvest with Maya. My name is Maya, and I'm the Multimedia Production Manager next door at Port Media, NCM Hub. Whoops. In addition to my passion for making videos, I also love to cook, and I love to create new recipes in my free time. So I will be the chef for each episode of the videos. We are lucky to have Nourishing the North Shore partnering with us for each episode, where they'll be providing seasonal veggies from local farms. Tany, who is the development manager at Nourishing the North Shore, will say a few words during the episode about the organization. So today, Tany brought me potatoes, we have spinach, and we have carrots as well, and mushrooms right here. So the mushrooms are from Dunk's in Brentwood, New Hampshire, and the spinach, potatoes, and carrots are from Heron Pond in Southampton, New Hampshire. And because it's still cold outside, we're going to be making vegetable soup today with these ingredients. So let's get started. So the ingredients for this recipe, we'll be using olive oil, we have vegetable stock, or is this vegetable broth, we have salt and pepper, of course, coriander, ground coriander, cumin, and ginger. We have garlic, parsnips, onion, and then of course we have the local veggies, the spinach, the mushrooms, potatoes, and carrots. These are lion's mane mushrooms, so I've actually never cooked with these before. These are brand new to me. I've never even seen them, so that will be exciting to see how they work in this recipe. So those are the vegetables we're using today. So I've already pre-chopped a few of the veggies because just to save some time, we've chopped up the parsnip, the onion, and the garlic. And this recipe will also be posted on the description of our YouTube video. So if you're interested to make the recipe yourself, you can, because it'll be linked down there. So now we have to cut up, because we already have these vegetables cut up, we have to cut up the potatoes and the carrots and the mushroom, and we also have to wash all these because they are fresh from the farm, so they probably still have some dirt on them, which is awesome. So I'm gonna run these under some water really quick. I think we're gonna use maybe 5 potatoes, and then we'll use all of these carrots. These carrots and then all of the mushrooms. So I'm going to wash this really quickly. Why is the water hot? Whatever, I don't know why it's hot. Okay, it's cold now. Drip. Oh my god, there's so much water. Okay. All right. Tany, do you think that we should peel the carrots, or can I cut them up after they're washed? Because do you think I should peel them?
I would say yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we've washed the vegetables. I'm gonna put this towel down because there's still a lot of water coming out. Now let's peel the carrots and the potatoes just to make sure that we know all of the dirt is off. And I'll put the peels in this bowl right here. This is a really fat carrot, actually. I love how they're all different sizes, like different than what you'd see at the grocery store. So that's pretty special. So I brought Tany up here now, and she's gonna help cook with us. And you wanna say a few words?
Sounds good. Thanks, Maya.
Yeah.
We're so excited to be here. My name is Tany Blasko, and I'm from the team at Nourishing the North Shore. We are a Newburyport-based nonprofit organization, and our mission as an organization is to ensure equal access to local food for all North Shore community members in a manner that builds community, fosters connection, and promotes dignity and self-reliance. So we have 2 core programs at Nourishing the North Shore, Veg Out and Farm Share. And they're both designed to remove the financial and social barriers to accessing local produce for low to moderate income community members. So if it's okay with you, I'll tell you a little bit about each
tell me
program.
about it. Let me get a peeler as well.
While we get
You can
peeling
keep
here.
going. I'll find another peeler.
So the Veg Out is a program that connects local farmers to folks in the community who might not otherwise have access to fresh produce. And we do that by sourcing and aggregating fresh vegetables from our network of local farmers and delivering them to food pantry and food access partners like soup kitchens in the Newburyport greater area. And we also distribute food through pop-up farmers market, one of which actually happens right here at the Newburyport Community Center.
So exciting.
Yes. So that's one of our programs. And then our other program is Farm Share. And Farm Share works to build relationships directly between consumers and growers by connecting low to moderate income community members on the North Shore with affordable CSA memberships. And CSA stands for Community Supported Agriculture. Have you heard of that
I
before?
have, but I always forget what it actually stands for. And I always know what it is. I just never, I always forget what the acronym stands for.
Yeah, it's a really cool model where there is a shared risk reward between consumers and growers, where there's an upfront cost.
Right.
Typically, a CSA share can be anywhere between $400 to $800, depending upon the size of the share. And that's really expensive for folks who are competing with a lot of other costs. You know, cost of living is really high around here.
Yeah.
Childcare, transportation. So fresh fruits and vegetables might be one of the first things on the chopping block when you're trying to budget as a family. So the Farm Share is a great opportunity for individuals and families who might be interested in participating in that, because it allows for an affordable option to either pay for that farm share completely or through a subsidized model.
Right.
Yeah. And Nourishing the North Shore is really excited to be working with the Media Hub here.
Yeah.
And to have an opportunity to promote some of these food access programs that we do as an organization, and also to share some of the different farms that we partner with and different ways to cook with all of these fresh local ingredients that are from right around the area.
Yeah.
Speaking of, for today's recipe, the spinach and the carrots and the potatoes all come from Heron Pond Farm, which is one of our food access partners, farm partners, sorry. And they are located in Southampton, New Hampshire, which is just 6 miles from where we are filming today. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Talk about hyper-local.
Yeah. They're super close.
Yeah. And there's also some cool events that are happening pretty soon that we could share with the community. So we've got a seedling sale coming up on May 18th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And that is happening at Riverwalk Brewing Company here in Newburyport. And that is a dream for home gardeners. It's an opportunity to come and pick up flowers and vegetable seedlings to get your garden started off right for the season. And it's also a way to support Nourishing the North Shore and our food access programs. So that's coming up. And then also, if there's anyone who is interested in enrolling in our Farm Share program, we're currently enrolling for that program right now.
Yeah.
So if folks are interested in learning about how to sign up for that, they can visit our website, which is www.nourishingthenorthshore.org. And you can find out right there on our homepage where you can also donate to our organization and help us with this work of expanding access to local produce.
Wow. Yeah. You really know your stuff. And you have a lot going on at Nourishing the North Shore, too.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Well, we're really excited about this partnership. It's a really great opportunity to share what we're doing with the community, and also to work with y'all and learn more about what you guys are doing.
Yeah. So exciting. I feel like that's probably
enough?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a lot.
Awesome. You want me to
So-
take these out for you?
Yeah, that'd be great. Okay. Alrighty. So the next step we have to do is cut the veggies up. And we just finished peeling the carrots and the potatoes, so now we're gonna cut everything up, and I have a plate to put things on. I think I'm gonna move these in here with the spinach. Let me try this one. Okay, so now we're gonna cut the vegetables up, and I'll start with the potatoes. Ooh, this is a good knife. Although it's kind of awkward to hold, but that's okay. I want to get my own knife set really bad. Do you have your own knife set?
We have a decent knife set, yes, at our house, but there's need to, you know, keep it sharp.
Yeah.
And because that's actually one of the big things, right? You want to keeping your knives sharp can really help prevent any unnecessary accidents.
Really, with the sharp knife?
Yes.
Oh, because of the
dull
slippage.
knives. Yeah, dull knives are more prone, as I've
I didn't know that.
heard.
Yeah, hopefully not experienced.
How's that? Is that okay size?
Perfect. Yeah, actually, so part of the recipe, we do mash the veggies up with a masher a little bit. So some of them will be mashed up, and then we leave some of them whole, just to get varied texture in the soup. Yeah.
It is still soup season.
It is. I mean, it's cold. I think it was 30 degrees, something like that, but early this morning. So, I mean, I love soup. I'll even eat it in the summer. I don't care. I love it. And it's a good way to use up vegetables, or a good way to use up things you just have in your pantry or like left over in the fridge, because a lot of flavors work really well together as a base of either tomato or vegetable stock or cream. Just like things taste good when they're hot and mixed in a soup.
Especially when you've got these local ingredients, can really enhance the flavor.
Yeah, I'm sure this will taste even better than store-bought grocery store vegetables. What are your favorite things to make?
Last night I made a butternut squash enchilada recipe that
sounds really good.
was really good. I'm trying to use more and more plant-based meals.
Yeah.
We also cook a lot of meat in our family, but it's kind of been a fun challenge for me to find recipes that we can use a lot of veggies.
Yeah.
That my 4.5-year-old and 1-year-old will
really
also
like
consume.
it.
So that's always a fun added challenge.
Yeah. It's when you add seasonings.
Yes.
It really helps make things taste better.
I'm gonna cut these ones in half so they're sort of the same size. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, we have a lot of potato. I might not use that last potato because we have a lot right now.
Okay. Yeah, what about you?
So recently I just made this Israeli couscous dish with a ton of vegetables, and I toasted almonds. I actually burnt them 2 times in a row.
Okay.
And my fire alarm went off twice because I was cooking multiple things at once, and then I forgot that I put them in the toaster. Then all of a sudden the alarm goes off, and I was like, oh my god.
It happens to the best of chefs.
Yeah, it does. It really does. How do you cut this normally? It's like a cauliflower.
I know, right? I mean, I would probably slice it similar to the sizes of the stuff we're doing.
Have you used this kind, the lion's mane?
I can't recall very recently using that.
Yeah, so this has an interesting texture. It's kind of spongy. It almost looks like cauliflower, doesn't it? I think so.
Speaking of, it's kind of a nice meat substitute because it gives a little bit of
like, have you had an oyster mushroom?
Yes.
They're like that too. Like that kind of dense, thick, chewy almost. I didn't even think about that. It's such a good idea. Yeah. So the couscous dish was really good. I put chicken in it and feta cheese, tahini, lemon.
Nice.
It was really good. I
Sounds
brought it
good.
for lunch today, actually, even though we're making soup.
Shout out to Craig and Heron Pond Farm. Thank you for these veggies. And it would be really cool to bring
Definitely.
farmers on that would be interested.
Yeah, because they must
You want
love
to hold off
that.
on this one?
Yeah, we'll hold off on that one. But the farmers must love that their vegetables are being used in all different ways with all different organizations. It's just really exciting for them. Yeah. Okay, almost done with the cutting of all the vegetables.
And spinach as is, that's
Spinach
going to wilt
is fine.
down,
Yeah,
right?
it wilts. It
Okay.
really disappears in recipes. It's kind of crazy.
It
doesn't
does, right?
Yeah.
It goes down a lot.
Yeah.
All right, so I think we're all prepped for a mise au plat, right?
Yeah, we are. What does that word mean?
So it's the prep.
The prep.
All the prep of all the...
Everything in its place.
Correct.
Yeah.
The prep always takes the longest, cutting everything.
Anything else I could do to help you, Maya?
I think we're good.
What's the next step?
The next step is, the next step is we're going to put the onion and garlic in some olive oil and heat that up on our little burner here.
Olive oil.
Thanks. Okay, so let's turn the heat up a little more. I think it's a little hot right now, but I'll just turn it up a bit. I'm going to add some olive oil. The recipe calls for a tablespoon, but I generally I usually eyeball a lot of measurements in my recipes, and it usually comes out fine. It's a lot about taste, like what your taste preference is with spices and oils, so it just comes down to what you like personally. Okay, so we have our onion here. It's chopped up. Onion. Oh, it's very fragrant. I think this is a sweet onion that I bought. I'm going to dump that in. Yeah, thank you. And then actually you can take this one as well. So we pre-cut this garlic also. 2 cloves of garlic in here and a whole onion so far. And then I'm just going to stir that a bit. And let's cook that down. Some very loud spoon. Okay. And now we wait a bit. Now the slow part. Isn't it very fragrant?
It already is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I actually had Sarah cut up the onion because it makes me cry. Like
Yes, makes me cry
really
a lot,
bad.
too.
And it stings. It's
Yeah.
just painful. And I
It
hate
is.
that.
It is.
Like I can't see when I'm cooking. I'm like, I'm going to cut
I've
my
tried
finger up.
practicing the quickest way to do
Yeah.
it, safely, obviously.
What's the quickest way?
Just, when you're just there's like efficient ways to
Yeah,
cut it so
yeah.
that I'm spending less time peeling it and creating more tears.
I think that there's different methods to make you
Right.
less tearful, but I haven't really looked into that.
I've heard I've heard various things, but
Yeah.
I'm going for the just trying to be efficient
Yeah.
model.
Something that works for me is putting the onion in the freezer, the fridge. I don't know why. I think I read that somewhere, but it works really well.
I'll have to try that.
Yeah, because it just kind of, I don't know, maybe the coldness makes
Yep.
the juices stop flowing as much.
So
Careful.
we'll want a little sizzle on that, right?
We do want some sizzle.
Yeah, we want a
Yeah,
little
some
sizzle.
sauteing
And then
action.
after that starts, the onions, are we looking for them to brown a little bit?
Yeah, we want them to be a little brown.
A little translucent.
Yeah, some translucent.
Okay.
Yeah, fragrant.
Fragrant.
Yeah.
And then what goes next after that?
And then next we will add the vegetables and the spices.
Okay.
So while we wait for the onions and garlic to cook, I'd like to give a thanks to Nourishing the North Shore and having Tany on the show. So these episodes, Wholesome Harvest with Maya, will be once a month. We're not sure what date it will be put out, but the episodes will be once a month. So this is our first episode, it's our pilot episode, so we're really just seeing how this one goes, and we're excited to be starting this. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Maya, and the whole NCM Hub crew for inviting Nourishing the North Shore to be a part of this
Yeah.
project. And thank you all for watching out there. We want to hear from you guys. Like,
Right.
if you decide to cook this recipe or you have favorite recipes that you might be interested in having us showcase, let us know. Comment,
Yeah.
share to help spread the word. And so we can hopefully continue to make a lot of delicious food using some of the awesome ingredients we've got here today from local farms in the area.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
thanks all.
Yeah. Yay. These onions are cooking really nicely now.
Yeah,
We're
there we
getting some
go.
steam.
There we go. This is what we're looking for.
Yeah. What's next? When the onions and garlic are soft, then we'll add the rest of the vegetables to the pot. And the spices also. Okay, I feel like we're good. It's starting to brown a little bit.
Definitely looking good.
Okay.
You want to add these?
Yeah, so now we'll add the vegetables and the spices to the pot. It's hot.
These will take a little bit.
Yeah, they
soften
will.
up.
Definitely. Look at all the veggies. So many veggies. I'm excited to try these mushrooms because I've never had them before. It'll be a really nice texture for the soup. And then, thank you, we got to do the parsnips. And then...
At what point do you add the broth?
The broth comes in after we add the spices.
Got it.
Yeah. So here, you can take that too, thank you. The spinach, I guess we can hold off until some of the other vegetables are cooked more, just because spinach cooks really quick. So now I'm gonna add the spices. So we're gonna do 2 tablespoons. Okay. So now we're gonna do two teaspoons of the ground cumin, which is right here. And I know this is not a teaspoon measurement, but we're gonna be eyeballing a little bit. So that was about 1.5. Okay, 2 teaspoons cumin. Okay, and then for the coriander, we're doing 1 teaspoon of coriander. And then 2 teaspoons of the ground ginger. Again, we're just eyeballing this. 1, 2. Okay.
Awesome.
And then we're going to stir that up. I can already smell everything cooking down. Then we just cook this for a few minutes, and then we add the broth in.
Now, how many cups of that?
So it does say 5 cups, but I think I bought 2 because each one has 4 cups.
Yeah.
I think that because we added a little bit more veggies than what the recipe called for, I think we're going to need more.
Oh.
Yeah. So I've been actually wanting to make my own broth or stock. So my roommate was telling me that if you save the vegetable trimmings or like onion peels, but only, you can't do potato and broccoli because it's too starchy, but you kind of cook it down for a little bit and then you add water to it and then you can make your own broth from like almost composting the vegetables.
I haven't done that, but I know many people who have.
I really want to try that. So I've been saving. I have 2 freezer gallon-sized bags.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
I
great.
just gotta do it. All right, now we're gonna add the broth in. So the vegetables have been cooking for a few minutes with the spices, and we're just gonna add this in. I think we're gonna add enough to cover the vegetables, and then we'll see how it goes from there to see if we need to add more. So we're just gonna cover all the vegetables up. So we're gonna add the other container in just because we have a lot of veggies in here.
Tell me if you want me to slow down.
No, let's add all of it in.
Good flavor too.
Oh yeah. So now we're just gonna let that cook for about 25-30 minutes. So we'll see you back when it's bubbling and cooking. Alrighty, so we're back and the soup's been boiling for about 25-30 minutes, and you can see that it's really boiled down. It's gone down maybe a couple inches in the pot just because the water's evaporating, which is really good. So now we're gonna add in the spinach right now. So I waited to add the spinach in just because it cooks really quickly, it cooks down. So I just wanted to wait till the end. And then I'll mix that in. And then we're gonna add the salt and pepper, and then the soup will pretty much be done. Just wanna let the spinach cook. But I did a little taste test and it tastes awesome. But it definitely needs a lot of salt. So I'm gonna do that right now. Salt and pepper. All right, we'll just squeeze a ton of salt in. A lot of salt. And then we can do another taste test. Pepper. Whoops. Okay. good. And then we're gonna mix that. Spinach already looks cooked. Wow. Okay, I would say the soup is done. So exciting. All right, and then we'll dish it up and serve it. Before I forget, this part of the recipe, actually, we are going to mash some of the vegetables up because we want a variety of textures in the soup, so we'll mash a few of them up. That way, some will be mushed and then some will be whole. It gives it a good variety of texture. So we'll do that. Although it's a little difficult to mash. That's okay. I feel like if you don't want to mash, you don't have to. It's definitely an optional portion of the recipe, but I'd say let's try it today. So now that we've mashed up the soup a little bit, I think we're ready to try it. So now that I've mashed up some of the vegetables, I'm going to try the soup. It is a little hot though, so I gotta be careful. Get a good spoonful. It is hot. It's good. Yeah, I think there's enough salt in there. It's cooked so nicely. I taste garlic, I taste vegetables, spices. So that was some delicious soup. This has been so fun. I'm just gonna wrap up the show now because we're done. I loved being a part of this. I love being part of this cooking show for NCM Hub as a part of my job, which is really cool that I get to cook. Again, I'd like to thank Nourishing the North Shore for partnering with us and providing us these fresh vegetables. And the soup is super yummy, super tasty. I hope you enjoyed this first episode. Stay tuned for the next episode on Wholesome Harvest with Maya. Thanks for watching.